Welcome to Break-A-Leg Briefings, conversations with personalities from the theater world and beyond. I'm your host, Teri Black, and today we'll be speaking with Charles Moore, Director of Operations at RTA, Rehabilitation Through the Arts. RTA is a not-for-profit organization which brings cultural programs into prisons to help people realize their full potential and to succeed when they come back into the larger community. Before we speak with Charles, let's take a quick look at RTA in action.
The way we incarcerate people in the United States is like a revolving door. Over 60% of people who leave prison are back within 3 years. At RTA, we offer something different.
RTA is about a process of workshops and getting in touch with yourself and being with people and learning new skills.
The goal of our arts program in prison is we use the creative arts to help change our participants' life in some way. Hopefully they'll improve their life while incarcerated so that they will better adjust and transition once they are released.
This was something that brought us some kind of dignity.
My fate wasn't sealed. I didn't have to be a gangster for the rest of my life.
This isn't just entertainment. There's something deeper going on.
Our success demonstrates that an approach to rehabilitation based on human dignity is vastly more successful than one based on punishment. We don't do this work to teach art. We don't do it to train actors. You do this because what you do is about changing lives.
6, 7, 8, RTA! So hi, Charles. Nice to see you. Thank you for coming by. How are you?
Hi, Terry. Thanks for having me. I'm great.
Good, that's great. Now, when we saw the video, we know that you have a lot of facilities. How many facilities does RTA partner with and have programs with?
We're blessed to be in 6 correctional facilities now. We started off in one in Sing Sing in 1996, and we've grown to 5 other correctional facilities. We're in 3 maximum security prisons, 3 medium security prisons. We're in 4 male prisons, and we're in 2 female prisons, Sing Sing, Green Haven, Fishkill, and Woodburn, and the 2 ladies prisons are Bedford Hills and Taconic.
All right, and so there are no juvenile facilities involved at this time.
No, we've had conversation with the department about working with juveniles, and we did realize that at the time, we're just not trained fully enough to work with them, but down the line, we hope to add that to our resume as well.
That would be great. So right now, as we speak, how many residents of these facilities are participating in RTA programs?
In our maximum security prisons, we have anywhere from 30 to 40 participants. In our medium correctional facilities, we have anywhere from 25 to 30 participants. At any given time, with our new addition of the 6th facility, we could serve about 250 participants.
Oh, that is great. That is so great. Now, if somebody is a resident of one of these facilities, let's say Bedford Hills, which I can identify with because it is a ladies' prison, and I wanted to become a participant in the RTA program, I would have to become a member. What do I have to do to become a member in these facilities to participate in RTA's programs?
Well, we do not discriminate against crime or anything such as that. All you have to do is give your name to one of our representatives. It goes on a waiting list. And then probably once a quarter, once every 3 months, we do an orientation to welcome new participants into the program. But it starts off by giving your name to one of our representatives. Everyone is eligible for the program if they sign up.
When you have these programs, do any people, any of the staff participate? Any of the staff in these facilities participate? Are they part of the process as well?
Well, all programs inside of a correctional facility is supervised by a DOCS staff member, and that person is known as the staff advisor. Whether it's a program that's run by civilians, such as like RTA, we have a staff advisor, or if it's a resident-run program, they have a staff advisor too. They're like the liaison for the facility. You have to get call out signed if there's a memo that has to be assigned or approved. Point A is you always have to get everything through the lens of the staff advisor first.
That's great. Now, you mentioned that there are programs inside, that the residents themselves create programs. And we also know, from what I understand, that there are outside people, theater companies, theater arts, et cetera, that come in and do programs inside. Is the process the same for both of them to apply? Let's say Breaker Lake Productions would like to do a play at Bedford Hills, for example. What would we have to do to have a program there? What's the process?
Yeah, all programs have to be submitted in proposal form, and the proposal goes to Albany, and it circulates up in Albany for anywhere from a day to 90 days. And then once it's approved on the Albany level, then it comes back down to the facility level, and the superintendent of programs gets the program started.
Now, as far as let's talk about audiences, who comes to these events? The families of residents come to events? Do outside people come to events?
When we have a production, we normally basically base our themes and everything for the inside population because we want to give them a positive message.
Absolutely.
And then the last night, the department has allowed us to invite in community guests. So the community guests would be anywhere from the Bedford Hills area, anybody from our mailing list. And within the last 3 years, the department has allowed us to invite the family members of our participants to come to the production. So now the production is opened up to families and community guests. And usually our participants get about 75 seats for their family members, and the rest of the seats are available for the outside community and RTA's mailing list.
When you have a production, how long does it usually run?
Well, in Sing Sing is our longest running production. When we first started, Sing Sing used to have 4 nights of production.
Okay.
Now we're only allowed to have 3 nights. So we do 2 nights for the inside population,
Right.
and the last night is always reserved for community guests and families. In our other facilities, we were only allowed to have 2 productions, one for the population and the other one will be for outside community guests and family members.
Let's say that I was a resident of Bedford Hills, and now I've done my time, okay? And I'm being released. I'm going back into the larger community. Do I still maintain my relationship with RTA, and do they maintain their relationship with me? Well, is there any follow-up on the people that were RTA participants? How does that work?
Yes, when you are released from a correctional facility and you are a part of the RTA program and you come home, you graduate to the title of alumni. So you become an RTA alumni.
Great.
And a lot of times what the alumni do is sometimes they might do outside performances for us because just recently during the COVID period, we did 2 performances using the voices from the inside, which was performed by our alumni. And our alumni also do a lot of speaking engagement for us to promote the program, and they give live testimonies about how the program has helped them.
Oh, that's great. I think the live testimonies, which you just mentioned, I had no idea that was part of the program. I think that's super.
Yes.
Now, for the last question, is we were talking about the COVID-19. So mostly, I'm sure there were really not too many usual live performances. And how would you be able to do anything virtually anyway? As from what I understand, when you're a resident in these places, you may not even be allowed to have a cell phone. Was there anything virtual done during the pandemic with RTA, any programs at all?
Yes, we were able to do 2 virtual performances. Unfortunately, our participants were not able to see them yet, but when we go back in, we have had them converted to DVDs, and we're allowed to take DVDs in and they'll watch it on a television and we bring the DVD out. But what has happened is we've had testimonies from what our participants was going through during the COVID pandemic, starting way back in March. And we converted that into a small production, which our program director converted and made a small performance, which was performed by our alumni and our teaching artists. And it was a virtual event. And we did an uplift event also from writings from our participants on the inside, and our alumni who are home now added some music to it and made it a concert. And we have had 2 events since the COVID pandemic has been with us.
That's great. And one more thing on that. And so I'm assuming, since especially we've been given the all clear with the CDC recently, that you're also planning to have live events. So moving forward, what events can you think of right now that's going to happen very soon for RTA? What are the events? Where are the events? And when are the events?
Well, that, Terry, unfortunately, I cannot say anything because I don't know, because we have to still wait to see what the department is going to allow us to do. But we do know that when we had a conversation with them, they said phase 4 of their reopening included us having productions again. So it is on Doc's calendar, a part of their reopening, that we will be able to one day have productions again, but we don't know that date or what that production will be as of yet.
Okay, so, in line with that, before we say goodbye, why don't you please tell the audience the website address of RTA, and then they can find out more about that as well.
Yes, we put everything on our website, and thank you for giving me this opportunity because we just launched a brand new website on May 18th, RTA- the letters art, ARTS.org.
And thank you so much for coming in today and sharing this important information with us. And also thank you so much for the good work that you do. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Please join us again for Break-A-Leg Briefings. I'm Teri Black. Stay safe.